What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Toshi, looking for Roshi, moving up 6% on the day so far. It is the 10th day of August. 7 hours, 51 minutes left in the day. Looking great, you guys. This is exactly the kind of recovery you want to see. This is a very common recovery known as a V-shaped recovery. Typically, V-shaped recoveries will go all the way to where they began, and even a little bit above there. Now, the tricky part sometimes is where did this V-shaped recovery start? I know it looks like, and these are the highs, it looks like it would start here, but one could argue that the V-shaped recovery might have started here, or I guess it starts here, the recovery does, but this is where the V pattern started. So at any point in time, you could be finding resistance, and that makes a whole lot of sense because you're right at prior areas of resistance. It wouldn't be too crazy at all to assume that this is a perfect area to stop at. I'm not saying that you do. Watch, tomorrow you're through the freaking roof, but we'll get to that, okay? We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's look at this on the short-term stuff, and then we'll come back out to the daily, okay? Good job, Toshinites. Good job. Looking at this here on a 1 hour time frame, volume coming in, and again, kind of actually signaling that we are probably going to stop here momentarily. Volume coming in, we didn't go anywhere. If volume came in, but we didn't break out. That's breakout volume. Why aren't you breaking out? Maybe it's too soon, right? We're not even an hour after this hour. Maybe we will continue to break out, but I don't know. I don't like that look personally, but that doesn't mean it can't turn into something that is better. Looking at this here on the 1 hour time frame, the RSI, if this hour closes red, you will be rejecting the overbought zone, adding to the things that we don't like, okay? If you close this hour red, the stochastics will be rejecting the overbought zone, adding to the things we don't like. And the MACD, I don't know. The MACD actually looks pretty damn good. So they all look good, I would say. Just to make it clear, they actually all do look good right now. They just have the potential, 2 out of 3 of them do have the potential, when I say them, I mean the indicators, to look bad, or at least non-ideal. The MACD is a momentum indicator. It's kind of a lagging indicator, so I could see us, coming down. The MACD still crosses up and does its thing, and then that does allow us to move up. I don't know if I would expect this to be the biggest rejection here, right? Just maybe you get a higher low or something like that. Maybe you do go lower than this low, but I think you'd get a higher low or something like that. But we'll go over that too, probably on the 4 hour time frame. I think depending on how this 1 hour closes, it really could dictate what we do if we do go below these lows here at 0007 or not. So let's just see. Let's wait and see. It's unfortunate that I'm making this video now and not in an hour from now, but I've got places to be, my friends. 4 hour time frame here. I like the RSI. I do like the RSI. What you're doing here, going all the way back here, you've got higher lows. Really right here specifically, though, you've got this nice kind of trajectory, higher lows. You've got a high here, lower high, yeah, but a higher high. What I'd like to see is something then that is at least above these highs here, right? You gotta at least get a reading above a 74, 73, something like that. Get a reading that's at least above that, right? Support, support, support. Get a reading that's a little bit above there. I don't know. If not, you just started this 4 hour candle. The stochastics look good. The MACD looks good. Maybe I'm wrong on the one. This has been happening a lot lately, where the 1 hour and the 4 hour kind of contradict each other. But maybe they're not contradicting each other. Maybe I'm just contradicting what I'm seeing. You've got the setups for bearish things, but really overall, they all look good. They really do all look. You're about to get overbought on both of these. Maybe it's just my perspective. Let's not call for rejections here. The 4 hour, I think, is illuminating that we will go higher. The stochastics, the MACD, and the RSI are all indicative of that. So I take it back. You're moving up. You're moving up. It's not ideal, this look on the 1 hour time frame with the volume coming in and not going anywhere, but maybe I was too soon to judge. We still, let's wait a few hours. Let's see how it goes. If by the end of this 4 hour candle, this 4 hour candle is red, then my initial thoughts were proven true. Maybe we're seeing something like this. We see a slightly lower low, and then we grow. It's like you were trying to grow, you're ready for it, but not really. Come back down, and then boom, then you grew. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's not go a little bit below here. Maybe you find support instead of at the resistance point, which right here you found support right at that prior wicking resistance. Maybe instead you find support right here at the closing resistance, right at 3067. You had 3074. So on that note, the lowest that I could see you going to would be 3067. Likely, though, at this point in time, I shouldn't say likely. At this point in time, my head is geared toward the upside. I actually think that that's what we're going to do is move up. Okay, so I do like these indicators. I think they look good. Let's look at the daily time frame. They all look good too, man. Ah, you scoop the 0 on the MACD. Beautiful. Stochastic's getting overbought. RSI looks like it wants to get overbought. You are kind of in a delicate position right now where if you want continuation, you need to do something about it now. Again, you can't reject here. If you reject here, you're actually at a point on the daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, and even especially on the 1-hour time frame where it would make sense then to go a little bit lower first. Nothing too crazy at all, but maybe 0 again 0067 0066 something like that at the lowest. Assuming that you do go higher, and I am assuming that at the moment, then let's look for targets up at 3086 to 201, something in that zone there. That's what I'm anticipating, Toshi. You're going to continue, and that makes a lot of sense because that's where your prior resistance zone was, right here, on a closing basis, on a wicking basis. Literally, it's that whole box. So go up here, dilly-dally, and then we'll rally. Pump, dilly-dally, rally, right? That's what we're going to do. I don't have anything else that I want to say. The targets are still the same. I think that we're going all the way up to like 207, somewhere around there, a little bit lower, a little bit above there. The highest that I can see us going to is right around 1 cent, maybe even a little bit above there. But that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, all right? Up 25% this week. I love to see it. I'm happy for all the people who are invested in Toshi. It's great, man. Yeah, I think we're going to do phenomenal with this one. It's got a lot of growth to go. All right, take care. Bye-bye.